So let's just enable our coral, and also let's enable the small rocks. All right. Let's first enable our coral, maybe. Let's do one at a time. All right, let's press render. It's probably gonna take now quite a bit longer to render. Okay, so it cannot find a specific model. All right, so let's have a look what's going on there. Called upon an unopened file. Oh yeah, I think what we need to do, if I remember correctly, if we go to RDR Coral, Redshift object, instancing, I think I need to say process instance and instance file inside packed primitives. See if that makes a difference. Let's press render. Okay, still not. And I'm gonna quickly grab my original scene and see what's going on there. All right, so I'm back. So what it turned out to be is, so this is my original, and this is the one that we made here. So this is the original, sorry, and this is the one that we made here. So they need to be set to, it needs to be set to instance Houdini compatible objects. So with these Houdini compatible objects, then it still works. So we can just select our original thing. So this is the one that we made over here. I can remove this one. And what you also need to do is on your thing here, you need to give it an actual material. So let's reload. So we need to select Coral 1, because else it will, of course, not instance anything. Right, there you go. It gives some error. Let's see what's the error is. Yeah, it cannot find 32. Probably need to dial down the amount of instances. But yeah, you can see it's working. We have our coral. Let's see. So in the subsurface gathering, we can see it a lot better. So we could probably turn down the scale and the amount a little bit. So they're also there in the background. So let's first turn down the. Oh, do we have the? Oh, I've deleted the wrong one, didn't I? All right, let's go back. Right, so now let's do our actual thing that we need. So render the actual coral, then delete the one that we made. Put this one to Houdini compatible objects. All right, now render and see if it still works. Yeah, okay, they're still there, and there's no error because this one does have correct settings. All right, so let's introduce these little rocks as well that we have. So they don't make that big of a difference, but they do make some difference. So I guess let's go to an early frame, because then we can see more of it. So let's select RNDR bevel. And let's press render. Oh, and then after that, we of course also need to introduce our bubbles. And I make a little material for our bubbles, because we haven't really done that yet. So let's render only our pebble for now. Let's see if it's actually rendering. Okay, so it's not. So let's it's rendering the one thing there, so that's not really what we want. So I think we haven't selected the correct node. So let's look at RNDR Pebble. Where are you, RNDR Pebble? Okay, so this is set to only render just the one rock. Okay, yeah, that's not the one that we want. Where do we have the one that we scattered using the rocks? So that was RNDR Pebbles. So we can delete that one. We want to test out RNDR Pebbles. So we don't want the big one. So let's try that one. Now let's already put this to Houdini compatible objects. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's press render. Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, so again, I mean, we did that to sort of have some more stuff going on in the scene. So maybe turn down some of the I think the pebbles look fine. If we go to the coral, maybe have a little bit less coral. How many do we have now? Something like that. Yeah, okay, maybe we do need a little bit more. Oh, let's select all of our stuff now. All right, let's first, by the way, let's put a material on our bubbles, because that's the last thing that we need, and then we have everything in our scene. Right, so let's go to, where is it? RNDR bubbles. Am I not seeing anything? Oh, that's because, of course, we had, yeah, so we used this, so time. But of course, right now we're starting at frame 1000, so that's not really gonna work. So let's say time minus how much is 1000 divided by 24 minus 41. Why is that erroring? Time minus 41. Okay, so that works. So why I did divide by, okay, so what I did in the calculator is, okay, we have 1000 frames. We have a frame rate of 24. So 41.66 should be, if I divide that, so because time will increment every second. So, well, this should be pretty okay. Maybe we could do it even more a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit lower in the beginning. I'm going to make it a little bit slower as well. Right, something like that. Okay, so we have that thing. Oh, we could have also, by the way, changed it in the time shift, but whatever. Okay, so we have these bubbles. Let's put them to RNDR bubbles. Where are you? Okay, go to material and let's make a material for this. Bubbles. Let's make a material. Let's assign it. Right, let's press render. Right, so that's our bubbles. Now let's make this, let's say we want glass. Or let's preset as water. This might make more sense. But we don't want them to be like actual water. We want the index of refraction. Like that is fine. But let's say that we want them to also be a little bit opaque because they shouldn't reflect the entire scene, but they should also be a little bit just regular transparent. Something like that maybe. Maybe a little bit less. We probably need to start upping our sampling so we can sort of see better what we're doing. But right, so for now, I guess this is fine. Let's see, we have everything. Okay, so now I'm going to explain why we used actual RNDR for all of these things, apart from just being useful as naming convention.